What's up, guys? Hit the thumbs up, please, when you watch this video. I'm doing some cleaning, guys. Doing some cleaning. I was over at Robert Kiyosaki's channel, the Rich Dad channel, and then he's got a good new series where he's answering questions from Twitter. So I've been loving that, since that's kind of what I'm into. Hold on a second. All right, I'm gonna make this one as quick as possible, even though it might go a little bit long, but let me see what I can do. So basically what I want to do is talk to you guys about how I became a fleet owner and what was going on in my life at the time, and one of the best ways that I feel like that you can buy trucks. But what I want you guys to understand is, if you've been watching me and you follow me, and I keep talking about the book Rich Dad Poor Dad and stuff in Robert Kiyosaki, is trucking is so amazing of a career. It's fulfilling. It's an amazing business. A lot of people don't like it, and I get to sit here and basically just live my dreams. Like, I wake up, besides having a beautiful wife and and they're all healthy, and having three crazy, hard to handle kids that are very, want to do their own thing, which is just a blessing. It's like, sometimes I just look at it from, like, as I'm the outsider looking into my life, and I think, wow, what a blessing. What a blessing it is. And I remember when my dad gave me the book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, being at a time in life where I had teachers telling me that, they didn't believe in me, that I could do what I wanted to do, which was be an entrepreneur. So I'm literally living my dreams, and I'm trying to come from a humble point of view, but I basically wanted to have a business. I wanted to have a business that wasn't me doing everything. I wanted to, pretty much I have to have bigger goals and bigger dreams now, because I've gotten everything that I've wanted to do. Like, I live in my dream house in my dream neighborhood, which is on the outskirts of town in the country. I woke up to the smell of cow manure, which is, I love that smell because it's where I want to be. So anyways, when I was in high school, I had lots of challenges, because I didn't want to go to college. I wanted to just get on with my life, and very emotional time, of me speaking my mind and telling people my plans and what I want to do. And it just wasn't well taken by my teachers, people that I respected. Even to this day, you have to tell people that you want, when you graduate high school, like, well, this is what my plans are. They want to know where you're going to college. Well, maybe you're not going to college. Maybe you're doing something else. That doesn't mean that you're throwing your life away. So thank God that my dad had this book, and he gave me this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, is basically what I'm saying. And I'm doing this video because I just watched one of his videos where he's answering Twitter questions about the reason why you don't need a job or something like that. But anyways, let me see here. So where do I want to start? So basically, Robert Kiyosaki talks about, if you're going to do a business, you want it to be able to be leveraged. Like, you want it to be able to be bigger than you. You want to be able to have somebody else do it and still make money off of it. And then, which he talks about real estate, and he talks about your long-term goal, you want to be an investor. He's got different quadrants, blah blah blah. You have to read the book, or you probably already have if you're watching my channel. So you long term, you want to become a big business owner and an investor, which me personally, I don't want to, like what his definition of a big business is. I mean, I think the government's definition of a big business is 500 plus employees. Like, I don't see myself doing that. I mean, that's not my goal at all. But basically what it means is just, it's more than you. And it's not, if I die, could the business could it continue on? Would probably not, but the goal would be to get yourself out of the equation. So when you leave so you could leave for a month or a week or a day, and no one would know that you're gone, basically. And then once you start growing your business like that, now we need to look for things to invest in. And kind of one thing that he's just talking about now is you want to be an inside investor. I just learned this from him today, which he never really specified that before, that I've seen. But what he's basically talking about, like an inside investor would be like Daymond John on the Shark Tank, or Mark Cuban on the Shark Tank, or Barbara, or whoever else is on there. So, exactly. Well, and it's not mandatory because that's by design, obviously. But basically, and the reason that this is kind of going to come together here, but the reason that I'm talking about becoming an insider investor and doing all this stuff, and what this has to do with trucking is, you guys and women, as truck drivers, if you're trying to make the transition from truck driver to owner, what's going on there, Dirty Broke? If you guys are trying to make the transition from becoming a truck driver to becoming an owner, one thing I want to say is, with me not knowing you and your situation and what you're made of, I can't tell you if it's a good decision or not. If I told you that the market's bad right now, and I told you that you might want to wait, that might be disrespecting you, because maybe you have what it takes, And a lot of people miss when they say that in a bad time, more people become millionaires than ever before. One of the reasons is because a lot of their competition goes away. So no one's really talking about starting a trucking company right now. What they're talking about is going and getting a job, which isn't a negative thing. But what I'm saying, what I'm basically saying is that there's more people exiting than there are people entering, and there's a lot of people that are going to get very rich at the end of this when rates go up, and then everybody's credit's jacked up, and sounds good, Dirty Broke, thank you. So people's credit gets jacked, and they can't get into a truck, or they just have a bad taste in their mouth about trucking, or whatever it is. All of a sudden, now we have a better command of rates. So what this has to do, again, let me bring it back to the insider investing and Robert Kiyosaki. I view my trucking company as an investment. It is a business. I'm not saying that I'm right in my, I'm not saying that, like if I told Robert Kiyosaki, if I was having a conversation with him and I say, hey, this is an investment, would he agree with me? I'm not sure. But the point is that that's how I view my company, is from an investment standpoint. So what I mean by that in becoming an investment investor is, like people always say, well, like, how did you, like, let's just talk about real estate. People want to become real estate investors. Like, pretty much everybody wants to get ahead in life, wants to own real estate, be a real estate investor. and they're like, well, how do you find deals? How do you do a no money down deal? How do you take over somebody's payments? How do you flip a property? How do you do all this stuff? Guys and women, we can do this in trucking. Okay, like we can do all that stuff in trucking, and you know how you do it is because you become an insider. You start networking, you start knowing people. Like, the reason that I do YouTube is because I am creating value for people, and you are meeting people that also create value, and that makes you more valuable. And that's what the exchange of money is how valuable can you be? Who do you know that can help you get to where you want to go? And who do I know that can help somebody else get where they want to go? That's what it's all about. So now I have an insider. I'm an insider in my own business with, like, in my opinion, unlimited growth. I mean, trucking can take you anywhere you want to go. So if you have the stomach and you can withhold the storm, the finances, the financial stability to do, which is not a get rich quick thing. If you don't have any money, um, it might not be for you to get into trucking, because there might be a reason why you don't have any money, and throwing a truck into the mix isn't going to help. But like I said, who am I to judge somebody whether and give them the green light or the red light on if they can do it. What I will say is that it's a crazy time. I'll just say that it's a crazy time, and a lot of people are losing their shirts. Okay, when I met Dirt Broke, he reached out to me after I said, "What would you do?" Um, or what was the recession like? I don't know. It was something to do with trucking in a recession, and there was no recession. I'm not trying to say that I called the recession, but what I do know is that I've been in a recession, and I didn't ever want to be in that situation again. So I prepared. My wife and me have prepared since 12 years ago when we got in that situation, that one, we would never frickin' be in a situation like that again. And two, we would try to prosper the next time there was all these deals around and nobody could afford to buy them. So whenever it did come up, which, if you guys didn't know, usually every 10 years there's some sort of a big problem in the world and things go on sale. But that's just another thing that you just learn over time. So this one took 12 years or 13 or whatever it is. But getting back to buying your first, me becoming a fleet owner, my my uh my dad just passed away. I just I had a friend that had a problem. He didn't want to be a fleet owner anymore, or he didn't want to be an owner operator anymore. He was had some serious money problems, and he had a truck, and he had taken a job. By selling the truck, he could afford to live with his new job that wasn't paying him what an owner operator made. But he needed to get rid of the truck, and he wanted to get rid of it. He wanted it to go to a good home, and he just wanted to get rid of it before something happened to it that he couldn't afford to pay for. And then the truck would be worth absolutely nothing. So I already had a truck, and I had a trailer that I owned outright. And then I financed my second end dump, and I had an owner operator pulling it. It took me a year to find an owner operator to pull that trailer that would trust me enough to be out 30 days on pay, and he would actually get paid. Okay, but I look at this as building my business, but also being an investor in my business. So what I basically am saying is now you're an inside investor. Now I'm an inside investor. So now I'm in the industry of trucking. I know people. I meet people, and I know certain situations. I'm knowledgeable about what a truck is worth after you fix it up, or what it's at now, or what's going on in the market. And so what ended up happening was the guy wanted to sell. He wanted a fair price, but I said no. I can't justify it. I don't know if I even want, at the time, I thought, the problem of an employee. I don't know if I want to do it. I think I just want to do the owner operator thing, buy trailers and be an owner operator. But I will say, one of the best things that ever happened to me in business is, first, trucking, to having employees. You will never hear me on here say, well, the worst thing that ever happened was hiring an employee. They're so bad and this and that. Okay, but what ended up basically happening was, the guy, I knew him and stuff. Which, you guys are, if you guys are in trucking, you know people, whatever, that have trucks, that, or whatever. We made a deal to buy this truck. I bought the truck with like $3,000 or $4,000 down. He signed the title over to me. So basically, this is what I want you to. This is kind of like a basically, he financed the truck for me. He owned the truck outright. I bought the truck for $11,500. It had an oil leak that was gonna. I have my mechanic come with me. It was gonna cost $1,100 to fix the oil leak. Which, I don't know how long if you guys are in trucking, or if you're thinking about getting in trucking, but an oil leak is not the end of the world. This one was pretty substantial, but you just, if you don't have the money to fix something, you just run it till you can fix it. An oil leak, you just add oil every day or every other day. It's not that big of a deal. So I bought that truck and I ran. So I gave the guy whatever it was. I think it was $4,000, and then he took payments over the course of whatever it was. I think it was like 8 months, and then I paid the truck off. But he signed the title over to me right away. So during that time, it motivated me, now that I had a truck sitting, to find a driver. So then I found a driver after I had bought in the truck, and it didn't take that long, because it was once you're looking at a truck and that's not moving, and it's basically costing you money or whatnot. It's like, well, let me find someone to drive this truck. So I found a guy to drive the truck. The guy still works for me today. He's a great driver, and it's just a great driver. So, but what was going on in my life at the time? Like I said, lots of transition. It wasn't the perfect time. I didn't have a lot of extra money. Like I say to you guys, like, struggle. Like, 3 children, a wife that stays home and did not have a business at the time, or work. My dad just died. My mom basically didn't have enough money to live without my dad. And then on top of all that, my owner operator tipped my trailer over. So now he's gone. I need to invest in a trailer, a new trailer, because I have contracts. I have things that I need to do. It's not a great time for me to be talking about investing in buying a truck, and it was not easy, and it was not a no-brainer deal. So all I'm saying is as an insider, it allowed me to find that deal, and I got this deal, and I basically took over the payments. And that was, if I would have went to the bank, I had good credit, I probably could have done that, but I wanted to go that route. So that's what I did. So what I'm suggesting for you guys is, there you go. What I'm suggesting for you guys is, in this time, as a driver, if you are a driver, talk to people. I was just actually talking to Dirty Broke about this yesterday. When you're at the truck stop, talk to people. Ask them what, how is it what they do? Just network with people. What do they like? What they do? Are they busy? They might say, no, I want to sell this stupid thing. You might say, oh, that's interesting. I might know a buyer. You never know. you just never know if you don't open your mouth. But you might know somebody struggling right now. There's going to be so many people that are giving up their trucks. They might actually be worried about their credit. They might want to do a deal with you. They might, there's so many different things you could do besides just going to the bank and getting a loan, But so basically, and then so on the run of becoming a fleet owner, that was my second truck. My third truck that I bought. Let me think about this. I think was my 2014 Western Star. I bought that truck. I took over the payments. That was a true, now, I want to say it was a true no money down deal, but it really wasn't because it needed a wet kit. But basically, the guy, and the crazy thing about when you take over payments is, I believe all of the interest is already paid on a truck up front. I believe. I don't know. I'm not claiming to know this for fact, but like on a house, you pay. I guess it's known that most people move out of their house within 7 years of buying it, so the banks put all the interest payments. Most of the interest is in the first 7 years, and then after that, you're actually paying down the principal. So, or paying down I don't know if that's the right word, but anyways, you're actually paying the house off after the 7th year. Before then, all you're doing is basically just, paying all the expensive interest. So with trucking, it could be the same way where you take over somebody's loan, they have a couple years left on their payment, and you're basically, you're buying the truck for what they have into it. Now you might pay more than, like, if somebody, you ask why would they do that? Why wouldn't they just sell? Well, this guy, the first guy, yep, that's how I got 3 of my trucks. There you go. I mean, it's just, it's so powerful of a way of doing things. And people come up with all these excuses about not having money. Some people do have money and whatever. And I know I just did a video that said, wait. I think that my trucking update in 2020, wait, I'm not encouraging you guys to do it. I'm just encouraging you guys of the way to think about it, to go about it, and just I guess that's all I can say about it. It's just a way of thinking. Yes, you might want to wait, but at the same time, if an opportunity comes up, you want to be able to be ready and knowledgeable to do it. And all these real estate terms are the same in trucking. There's no money down deals. There's options. There's options, financing options. There's, obviously you can buy a truck outright. But 3 of my 7 trucks have been bought on taking over payments and taking advantage of. All 3 of them are taking advantage of bad situations and turning them for my good. And one of the 3 would be a no money down deal, totally no money down, and just ready to go if I didn't have to put a wet kit on it. But the wet kit, I had to put $5,000 into it. But literally, you just take over the payment. You're not coming up with any cash up front. So I guess that's a great option to do. I mean, the price of trucks right now is so incredibly freaking cheap that it is unbelievable. I mean, we're talking about buying trucks for like under under $20,000 that can basically support a family and start something that could be honestly, it could be a disaster or it could be great, you know. So I think it's exciting, and one thing that I will say is when your funds are not affected by what's going on right now, you can talk real. It's almost like it's not going on, okay? And like and we've been slow because it's of the time of the year it is. But I just come to find this out because I didn't know if every truck you bought had to factor in a wet kit too. Yep. So, um, it's what I was basically saying was is that when you, I don't know what I was saying. Dang it, Dirty, you got me all jacked up there. You got me all jacked up. It's all right though. It is okay. What's going on with you guys? Is there anything that I jumped off of and I didn't explain right or anything? Who's all in here? I got 4 thumbs up if you guys want to hook me up with another thumbs up. As Dirty Broke says, it is free. Don't cost anything. Let's talk what's been shaking with you. Oh no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Thanks for the thumbs up, whoever that was. Whoever that was, thanks for the thumbs up. Someone say something I should start talking about, and I'll get back on point. If anyone wants me to talk about anything, let's talk. You get your trucks rolling yet? I think that's you that's just bought the trucks, right? In the Windy City. Okay, I guess what I was talking about was basically how when you're not affected by what's going on right now in the economy, it almost doesn't seem real until you go to the grocery store. You know, if you just get up, go to work, come back, it's not really, you don't really feel it until you go to the grocery store and everyone's wearing masks and it's like, man, this is real, this is serious, and your neighbor doesn't want to shake your hand and whatever else. But I think as far as like, because our season just got started and we're doing really good, but this, we didn't know, you know, we just didn't, I didn't know what was going on, if it was gonna start or not, and thankfully it did. And I've told you guys, one of my clients, what ended up happening actually was we were running about 4 to 5 trucks a day, and then something else over the past 3 years. Usually, what ends up, this is really crazy, but without even trying, over the past 3 years, my when every year what has happened is I'll have like a base of how many trucks that I'll dispatch, and like every year I'll get to a point where it's like, holy buckets, I just dispatched like 5 more trucks than normal, you know. I got up to like a higher level, and that's one of the ways that I track how good or like how much I'm growing, you know, as a company. So like, let's say I have 5 normally and I get up to 10. Well, then the next year it seems like my normal dispatching is 10, and then let's say I go to the highest I ever get to is 15. Well, then the next year what I average is 15, and then, you know, who knows where we'll go from there. Well, last year I was averaging about 12 to 13 trucks a day, which, to put it in numbers for you guys, let's just say that each truck makes grosses $1,000. So I'm doing like 50, you know, let's just say $12,000 a day, which to me is like a crap ton of money. So let's just say you get 10% of that. So then to me that's a crap ton of money per day. But basically what I'm trying to get at is, so this year we were at 4 trucks and it was kind of like poverty mode, we're struggling, blah blah blah. Then And so a good number for last year was 12 trucks a day. I got a phone call. I got 2 phone calls on Friday where we went from 4 trucks to Monday the call was 14 trucks, which is about I think I got to 17 trucks last year. Now, what the crazy thing is that that's just what they're asking for of these 2 other companies, um, which the number of trucks that I can get is different than the number of trucks that a company wants, right? So like I could have a lot more trucks on than that at all these companies, but it's finding good drivers, it's finding good owner operators, it's finding people that want to work with me and I want to work with them. That's the key. For me, usually speaking, this is usual generally because generally finding the work, I'm really good at finding the work, even though there's slow times. But like I said, one of my main customers had a bonfire, and that really crippled us. Which normally we're doing way better numbers with them. We went to 0. Well, they just called and they wanted 4. So we went back to 4 with them, and then the other company called and they wanted 5. And then actually what ended up happening was then the company that had the 4, now they want more. And I was able to call and go from 4 to 12. So I didn't get to 14, but I got to 12. And then I got a new driver, owner operator that actually found me from YouTube that lives in Minnesota. That he's gonna get me to 13 tomorrow. Hold on a second. Let me just see what I got going on tomorrow. So I got 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8. That's 11. So I got 13 going out tomorrow. And I have a lot of stuff in the pipeline for, like me, I'm not even driving, which I want to drive. I don't have a truck available to drive. So let's see here. Clay, where are you from, Clay? I don't know if I've ever talked to you in here before. Or are you the guy that I talked to a couple weeks ago that just landed your first direct contract? I don't think so. Okay, Dallas in the house. What's oh, here, I'm just seeing this. No, so your question, as a new startup, can you give brief overview of what the cost is and if it's beneficial to sign on or go on your own? Thanks. When I started, I didn't understand what basically running under somebody else's authority is. So I just did it I don't even know if it's the old fashioned way. It's just the the unusual way of just running under your own numbers. We had the lawn care company. My wife, Dirty Broke, talks about this. Marry somebody that's smarter than you. And that's a no-brainer. So she's way freaking smarter than me. So she set that all up. The lawn care way, and then again for the trucking, because in lawn care you need a DOT number. Then we got the US DOT once we were the trucking. And so I didn't know any other way, but I don't have a problem with somebody leasing on to somebody. I think it's a really good way to get into the business if you have limited funds. And the crazy thing about trucking is I mean, you could be a multimillionaire and run out of money. I mean, and I'm not trying to make myself sound like this big deal. I promise you guys, I'm not. I'm just saying, when running a business, you gotta have money, and it goes super quick. And somebody that thinks, they have 100,000 in the bank or whatever, it's like it could be gone in a heartbeat. You know, you could have a really good business, and it could go out of business because you ran out of money. Um, and a lot of people say, like, well, they went out of business because they were just too busy or whatever. They tried to expand too quick. And if you look at some of the YouTube fleet owners that have done that, it's probably a reason for it. But basically, what I'm gonna say is, this is like my third video of meeting you. I'm really learning from your insight. Good, Clay. I'm glad to hear. But basically, all I have to say is that I think it's a great idea to lease on to a company and get your financial situation even better than it is now. Learn. If you make a mistake, get into an accident. Oops, sorry, it's on it's on their DOT record. It's not on yours. But just don't get trapped in a situation where you stay there. Like, I really respect people that more on this is just honest. Somebody that really actually has they're actually, just listen to the way I say it, actually running their own business by having their own numbers is on a much different level than somebody that has 10 trucks all leased on with one company. It's an order taker versus somebody giving out the orders and actually making decisions and not whining about what it is. You're in charge of your own destiny. Now, but the thing is that am I silly for wanting all that control and doing things the hard way and needing all this extra money to fund my business, and then having people rely on me like that, where I could literally just, all it would be is a money grab where you just buy trucks, find drivers, and let somebody else dispatch them. Maybe that's my limited belief. I don't think so, but somebody that does that, they could grow a lot faster because they don't have to know. All they need to know is how to buy a truck and how to find a driver. And then they can just lease on to somebody and repeat, which is kind of like owning a franchise. So maybe you want to get into the franchise business with like Dart or Prime or something, and if you look at it like that, there's no cost to buy in. It's just, you got to put up with their BS, but there's no freaking franchise fee. I mean, I'm just thinking of this as you asked, so haven't put much thought into it. I don't know. I don't go live on scheduled days. Honestly, guys, I was on a Bible study I'm in my shop, and Saturday morning Bible study. We're doing it via Zoom because of the coronavirus, and then I got a job. Somebody coming over for a job interview, and like I said, I'm in my office in the shop here. So I was cleaning it up, and I was listening to Robert Kiyosaki. One of his new things that he's doing is he's doing something on Twitter, which I'm not on Twitter, but he's doing something on Twitter, and then the ones that go viral, he's doing videos on those views, and he's explaining what his outrageous, whatever he's saying that's outrageous. He's explaining that. If you guys are on here and you haven't already, would you give me a thumbs up? I'd appreciate it. So that's what I've been trying to come on more and more, but I've been kind of annoyed with YouTube because I don't know if it's what's going on right now or what, but they've just been really jacking me up with my view count and stuff. I'm not getting shown very much. So I don't know if it's what I'm talking about or just what's going on in the world or what. But awesome. Well, thank you. You should check out. Actually, Wellner, he just jumped in here. He's got a channel. He's an owner operator out of Vegas. He just moved a tree, like a freaking 20-ton tree, with his end dump. That was pretty cool. And he's like doing the whole editing and stuff. So he's pretty cool. You can check him out. Dirty Broke. Has been a fleet owner. He's doing the fuel hauling gig right now. But he's got more knowledge than most people, he's forgotten more knowledge than most people have in the industry. And I secretly, don't tell him this, but I secretly think he should maybe do the fuel hauling thing and then just get a side hustle and just start I think he's got lots of untapped potential, put it that way. He should be doing a little something on the side, but then he'd have to, take away from riding the Harley. I know, but it's just, man, he's got so much freaking game. It's just crazy. What's going on with you, Wellner? Yep. Faux show. Man, it's pretty early out there, isn't it, Wellner? Jeepers. Putting us all to shame. Or either that or I'm going to get in trouble because my wife's going to be like wondering where I'm at with the kids. Sorry about that. I got a phone call, which it was probably, when my phone rings, I think it's an opportunity. So I bet you it was something good. Hopefully they leave a message. All right, what do you got, Dirty? What are you saying? I have a side hustle. It's not for YouTube, but we can talk offline. There we go. Getting the strip club going. Oh, man. You worked last night, Wallner. What did you do last night? Paving? It's usually what you do at night. I bet you paved last night. 2 to 10, were you paving? I love the smell of asphalt. It smells like freaking money, man. Smells like money. Yeah, I mean, Dirty Broke, he's so on the ball that it's just like what Adam and me talk about is like, when is enough enough? Like, when's enough money enough? Like, not saying I'm there, but it's just like, you take away from your family, like I'm here instead of with my family right now. Like, when's enough enough? But this is fulfilling to me. This is why I do this, is because it's fulfilling, but it's like, what else? I don't know. It's a game to us, to Adam and me. That's funny. Now, what the heck? No, I still don't know if you were hauling asphalt. Was that what you were doing, Wallner? You're teasing me here. you know, because of COVID-19, you're prospering. Not really, but somebody was just talking about that. I think it was Brother Man Trucking, if you guys ever see his videos. He's kind of, oh, you're hauling rock. Okay, I was wrong. No hot mix for Wellner. No hot mix for Wellner. Let's talk. What's been going on with you? You still painting, or you getting in a truck yet, or what? There's a trucking company in the area here. They're called Hot Rocks. And they haul asphalt. That's kind of a catchy name. All right, well, I'm gonna get going, guys. If anyone doesn't have any questions or anything, lots of downtime for you, Elmer. Wellner used to be a. Were you a union cement truck driver? I need to come to Vegas. I should. I'm gonna wait a little bit till things die down. Okay, so you are not. Okay, I was thinking you were somebody else. Let's talk. I get confused. Sorry. Where are you from? Let's talk. So you and Dirty Broke are brothers in the Tanker Yanker gang. Robert Kiyosaki says I'm just gonna keep telling you about Robert Kiyosaki, but he said on one of his last videos that the real teachers and the real people that know what they're doing are on YouTube talking about it for what it's worth. Iowa. Okay, now I remember you because you were talking about buying your truck, and I think we were talking about runs from back from Iowa to Minnesota. Sturgis, there we go. Sturgis is up in here. What's up, Sturgis? How you been? You been running or what? So let's talk. How has the field been? You hauling gas or 1993 or what are you hauling? I feel so like on the inside with this whole tanker business. So what I used to do was I used to look forward to listen to Robert Kiyosaki's podcast on his website. But now I don't even go there. He does it on his YouTube channel, and I don't even know, but I don't know what the best medium is, but I just use YouTube. And it's just the reason that I like him so much is he's so easy to understand. He just breaks things down that it's just crazy. Dang, you're hauling some 1203s and some 87s up in there. What is that? What are the 1203 and the 87? 11 people up in here. That's crazy. You guys give me a thumbs up if you haven't. Like Dirty Broke says, it's free. It doesn't cost anything. It helps me out. Ethanol is probably big where he's at, Dirty Broke. He's in the middle of the cornfields. Gotcha. Are you guys slow? Let's talk. Are you guys steady or what? Also, how long? Who, if you don't mind, who do you pull for? Man, it must help when you share. I'm thinking some people came from Dirty Broke's channel, so I don't think I've ever had 9 people in the chat before. Thanks for the thumbs up too, guys. Appreciate it. Huh. Man, it's so weird. You know, the cool thing about DEF is it created more jobs for truck drivers. Never even thought of that. Now, do you have to have a hazmat to haul DEF? So I might need to get a trailer, Dirty Broke, and just frickin' haul me some DEF or something. Okay, I get you. I feel you. That's cool. Yeah, I need to get a trailer. I need to get a tanker. Get some extra lights on it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be frickin' tanker ganker number 3 behind Dirt Broken. Let's talk. We got big little company out here, Wayne Transport. They're huge, but they're not huge. All right, that sounds good. Yeah, why don't you give me a call or shoot me a text one night when you're driving. Oh, you're driving tonight. You'll have to call me tonight when you're driving and my kids are in bed. Dirty Broke. I'm gonna get off here. I know I've threatened a couple times, but I really appreciate you guys coming on here and giving me the likes and showing me some support. And it's fun. I like talking about Robert Kiyosaki. So, all right, guys, take care. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.